word socialism is a bit of a taboo here in America, where capitalism reigns supreme. We want our businesses and economic markets to be freer than a bald eagle flying through the sky eating a Big Mac. But clearly, the stigma of socialism is lifting as one of our presidential contenders, Bernie Feel the Burn Sanders, has brought socialism, and in particular democratic socialism, to the forefront of the national conversation. Socialism at its root stands for the belief that a group of people can work together for the betterment of all the members of that population, not just for the benefit of the few. Not to be confused with its more extreme totalitarian form, communism, socialism isn't about how much the government controls, but that its people control and share its resources. Democratic socialism is the enactment of socialist principles through the means of the democratic process. Democratic socialists believe that the government and the economy should be run by the people it is representing, rather than a small handful of people working against the interests of the majority. So it makes sense that socialism is making a sort of comeback here in America, right? Thanks to unfettered capitalism, the top 1/10 of the 1% wealthiest people in this country now own more wealth than the bottom 90%. CEOs are making 300 times what their workers make, and some aren't even giving their workers livable wages or benefits. Now, you may be looking at me right now and saying, well, yeah, he's just a communist. But I assure you, I am not a communist, I'm just a millennial. And we love socialism. And what a lot of people may not realize is that America is kind of already a socialist country. Think about it. Medicare, free K-12 education, the Postal Service, even the Army are all socialist programs. Hell, if you drive on a road or a highway, you're utilizing socialism. Yet it still remains to be seen if socialism will catch on with Americans enough to elect a boisterous democratic socialist to the executive office. Jaded from the Cold War and weary of bigger and more costly government programs, it seems like democratic socialists have more work to do to move past the stigma created against socialism in this country. And Americans only need to look to other countries to see that socialist parties can thrive and work in conjunction with capitalists to have a free market that works for everyone. The important thing to remember is that there are good and bad things about both socialism and capitalism, and that we only need to strike the right balance to make them both work. And you know what really doesn't work? Fascism. Hey, thanks for watching. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to this channel for new episodes every week. Also, leave a comment below and let us know what you thought of this episode, and maybe what you'd like me to explain next. All right, see ya.